rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
Pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States
of America
and to the republic
for which it stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty and
liberty.
justice for all.
Justice. Okay, thank you everybody for coming this evening. As always, it's a pleasure. Start off, do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So move, Gene.
Motion made by Gene. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Josh. Okay. Discussion? All in favor, we'll do a roll call vote. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Arlen,
Aye.
Richard,
Aye.
Gene.
Aye.
Okay. So, public comment. Do we have anything, Corinne?
I got 8 emails from the feedback form, every single one of them blank. I don't know if someone's trying to leave a message and just doesn't know to fill anything in, but so I got 8 with absolutely no names, no nothing. So
Okay.
if somebody really wants to have a comment, they need to fill in the form. You can't just submit the form blank.
Okay. Nothing else then, Corinne?
Nope.
Well, like Corinne alluded to earlier, this is the organizational meeting, so we're going to start with electing our officials. So do we have any nominations for the chair position?
I'll nominate Tom Stillen.
Thanks, Josh. Okay, any other nominations? Any other nominations? Guys are killing me. Any other nominations? Okay, Corinne, so we carry on. Does Ann have that information?
Yes, we have to vote.
Huh?
We have to vote.
Yep. So all in favor for Tom Stillen to be the new board chair? We'll do a roll call vote. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Arlen,
Aye.
Richard,
Aye.
Jane.
Aye.
Okay, thank you all.
And thank you, Tom.
Election of vice chair. We got to fill this slot because as you guys all know, in the past, it was Ron's position. So I would like to nominate Mimi for that position.
I would like to second that. I would make the same nomination.
Okay, do we have any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, let's take a vote. We won't ask you, Mimi. I would say aye. Richard,
Aye.
Arlen,
Aye.
Josh,
You're on
Got
mute.
it.
Josh.
yeah, you said aye.
Okay.
Jean,
Aye.
okay. So Mimi, congratulations.
Thank you. And Mimi, you will accept that nomination?
Yes.
Thank
Okay. I suppose I should have asked that before we put you in that position, huh, Mimi? You weren't getting out of it anyway.
As long
So,
as
do we-
as long as you're here, it sounds pretty easy. So
Well, I think in the amount of years I've been on here, I've only missed maybe a couple meetings, so I'm pretty somewhat reliable anyway. So do we motion for the resolution to combine the duties of the clerk and the treasurer in one person in the Office of Business Affairs?
I so move.
Okay, motion made by Arlen, seconded by Jean.
In terms of that, the organization meeting, I went on the webinar. We only have to do that once. You don't have to do that every year on that, once you make that motion.
We're well aware, however, we've had a board member in the past request that this is done yearly. And so even though we don't have to do it every year, because we've had a board request to do it every year, now with the current board we have, that board member is no longer here. So if this board feels that it's not necessary to do that next year, we can remove that from the agenda.
How would you like to remove that, Corinne?
Well, no. It's there this year. We're going to do it this
Right.
year, but as we're
Right.
putting together the agenda for next year.
Okay,
if the
that's what I
board
meant
doesn't-
is,
Yep,
Yeah.
if the
Yeah,
board
yeah.
doesn't feel that's necessary, we can omit that step.
okay.
But Jean, are you still seconding?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, discussion. All in favor, we'll do a roll call vote again. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
I,
Arlen,
Aye,
Pete, oh, Richard,
I,
Jean.
Aye.
This is where the time comes in. Okay, thank you, everybody. So we have a new clerk position now open. So nominations, do we have any nominations? I would nominate Josh for that position, moving on up the ladder there. If Josh is willing to take that position. So do we have any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay. You willing to take that position, Josh?
yeah, my only question is, what was the reasoning last year that I was put on the treasurer? There was some other position, some other committee that then I took the treasurer. But I'll happily
Yeah.
take the clerk and pass the treasurer on as long as it works out in the scheme of committees.
Okay. Yeah, we got some other moving around, Josh, for, but anyway, if you're good with that, that's fine. So we go roll call. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh, aye, okay. Arlen,
aye,
I,
Jean,
Aye.
okay. Last but not least, treasurer. Do we have any nominations for treasurer?
I'll nominate Jean.
Jane? Okay, do we have any other nominations for treasurer? Any other nominations for treasurer? Any other nominations for treasurer? He's jumping on the bandwagon. I know Mark wanted part of something, so. Does anybody have any other? Nope. Okay, roll call vote. Jane, you willing to take that position?
I guess so. Yes.
Well, you don't have to. You could say no.
No, I can take it. I can sign my name.
Okay. Roll call vote. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
I,
Pete,
aye,
Richard,
I,
Jane, you're in, right?
Aye.
Okay. Now, depository, who do we have for the bank?
Bremer,
Bremer, okay. Do we have a motion to recommend we stay with them?
yes, absolutely.
I move that we keep Bremer Bank as our depository.
Okay, do I have a second?
second it,
Okay, thank you. Discussion. Okay, again, roll call vote. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
I,
Pete,
aye,
Richard.
I,
Okay, Jean.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, official calendar for board meetings and committee calendar. You guys had a chance to look it over. Richard had a couple questions on it earlier. Normally our committee meetings are before the board meeting. There's only a few that are at different times, and we can talk about those as we go along. I think there's a few that are early in the morning, and I think there's another one that's at a different time. So if everybody's good with that, we can make it official. Do we have a motion to approve the board meeting and committee up calendar for 2021?
I so move.
Okay, motion made by Gene. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
No, second by Richard. Thank you. Discussion.
I
Is this,
checked all the dates with
Oh.
Minnesota School Board, the dates you can't meet or at a particular time, and we don't have any of those. So all holidays are not on these Thursdays when we meet, so we're lucky.
Well, when I put the schedule together, I always look at the Minnesota School Board dates where we
Yeah.
can't meet, and I look at times we can't meet, so that's already in that calendar.
Yeah,
Amy, you had another question?
Yeah, is this the dates or is it also the time as well? Does this time work for everybody?
At 6 o'clock on Thursday, it's date and time together, so if one of those does not work, this is your time to speak up.
Yeah, I talked to my boss or whatever, so 6 o'clock should be able to make it work. Summertime, it might get a little crazy, but this is our kind of our slow time going into. So 6 o'clock is all right. Like the committee meetings before at 5 o'clock is gonna be tight a lot of weeks for me.
Just remember, Richard, if you, we could always Zoom you in. If you're
Okay.
not working at that time, we can always do that on your phone.
Yep.
You'll be issued a laptop, so there's some options there if that works for you.
Yep. I got the laptop and I do have Zoom on my phone. So
Okay.
yeah, I can try to do what I can.
Yeah, and that's all we expect, you can do what you can. So if you do have a question or a concern, just let us know.
Okay.
So,
And if we have to move the time of one of the committees, we can definitely do that when we figure out who's on the committees and what time works for the committees. It's just, I know that board members typically have Thursdays kind of set aside because those are board meeting nights. And so when we start putting committee meetings at other dates, other days of the week than Thursdays, that sometimes gets a little hairy because you have these things called lives.
Hmm.
so again, like Bryn said, if we have a committee meeting that you're on, we just talk to whoever the lead person is on that committee. If it's not you, then you can decide on changing the time if we needed to. So, okay, any further discussion on that? So we need to have a roll call vote to approve it. Mimi?
Aye.
Josh?
I,
Pete?
I didn't hear. Oh, Pete, yeah, aye.
Okay, Richard?
Aye.
Jean?
aye.
Okay. Let's see where we're at now. Wire transfers. That's just,
That's the Gwen and I are set
Yeah.
up.
correct. So there's no changes to that. We just need a motion to approve the wire transfer authorization.
I
Yeah.
so
so moved.
moved.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll
Who's-
second it.
okay. So
Okay,
Arlen with Josh.
everybody jumping on that one. Okay, discussion. All in favor, again, roll call vote. Should have a little thumbs up or something here. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Pete,
Aye,
Richard,
Aye.
Jean.
Aye,
Okay. District Legal Counsel.
Oh, you missed one.
Oh, official newspaper, I'm sorry. I was
Okay, this
trying-
one's gonna take some conversation.
Yeah, so there's some discussion on this one. Fran, you want to go over that a little bit with everybody?
Sure. Ellen Bauman let me know, I think it was either New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, that she had come to the conclusion that it was time for the banner to be done and for her to be done. And as sad as that is for us, it means that for the first time in a lot of years, we have to reach out and find an official newspaper. Because it was the weekend, I sent emails on Monday and found that there are 3 different newspapers that would be options for us. Since we don't have a paper in Houston, we have to go outside of Houston for our official newspaper. The options are Fillmore County Journal, Houston County News, and the Argus. All 3 of them expressed interest in becoming our official newspaper. Fillmore County Journal and the Argus both said that they would have reporters covering our board meetings. Fillmore County Journal has been covering our board meetings already. The difference, the circulation, Fillmore County Journal is already circulated to all Houston zip codes, and any of the students and families we have living in the Rushford zip code. The Houston County News is to any household in the Houston, La Crescent, Hoka, or Caledonia zip code. And the Argus, it said it goes to all Houston zip code. That means that there is that little area of Winona that is not covered by any of these. However, the banner was only by subscription, nothing free. So that's not really as much of a change as what might seem on the surface. So there is a equitable coverage for all. The difference is the fee. Fillmore County Journal charges $11.49 per column inch. And so I sent an average board meeting minutes so they could figure out how many inches that was going to be. And a typical board meeting for us is 26 inches. And so for the Fillmore County Journal, it's a little under $300 for each meeting minute. For Houston County News, it would be about $169. And for the Argus, it'd be about $188.50. And so I've got the yearly costs. It'd be just under $7,000 if we went with Fillmore County Journal. It's under $4,000, just under $4,000 for Houston County News, and about $4,300 for the Houston County News. And for those of you wondering how much we paid for the banner, banner was $1,600. So
Doubled up and on the Houston County. Houston County is less, correct?
yeah, Houston County News is $38.87 and the Argus is $43.35.
Okay.
And so, yes, Josh.
I just remember, and don't whoever carries our minutes get some kind of something from the state? Aren't they? Do they get some income from that annually for being the official reporter? I didn't realize we had to pay them to print our minutes.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, we have to pay to have that printed because it takes that space within their paper.
But they don't they get, I thought it was like 5 figures that they get from, I guess I assume the state, but is that not accurate?
No, we get the money from the state and then we pay them.
Okay, got you. I go
It's
Houston.
just got to
County
be
News.
part of our budget.
I'll make the nomination of Houston County News. And Richard and I are out in Money Creek. I get mine every Friday. You get yours, Richard?
Is that one subscription or is that one free?
Free.
That one's free. Trying to think. I think I see it once in a while. I don't always get to see the
Friday.
newspapers. So, but yeah, I know I get the Fillmore and I get the Argus because Argus is Wednesdays.
So you
I
want
don't get
Houston County News, Josh?
yeah, I'm nominating them.
Okay.
Do you have any other ideas from anybody else?
Well, we need a second on that one.
Oh, okay. Do we have a second on that?
I'll second it.
Okay, a second by Richard.
Tom,
Yes.
I'm not so sure many people will read the Houston County News. Not, maybe it doesn't matter so much, but the price seems to be fairly close between it and the Argus.
Yeah.
There's far more readers we've learned through my company and checking who to advertise in. There's far more readers of the Caledonia Argus in this area than there is of the Houston County News. So,
Do you the Argus you have to pay for, right?
yeah, you
Arlen?
do. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, you have to have a subscription to that.
They
Right.
also would print our minutes in the shopper, and the shopper does go to everybody.
That's free,
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Copper's
the
free.
minutes would be in the shopper.
right?
Well, I would, yeah, but, Pete brings up a good point. It'd be nice to get to the most people, in our community. Nothing against, you, Josh, or Richard out there. But if you get in the shopper for free, the minutes will be in there for you. But
I guess my concern, sorry, Tom, didn't mean to interrupt, but my concern too is the Houston County News seems to be getting smaller and smaller. Is that true? Or, I mean, my paper seems to be getting thinner each week. I don't know. Josh would maybe know better. So,
Well, I just started receiving it for free a year ago. I didn't even know it was around before that.
Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
either.
I agree. I was about the same. Yep.
I think I just started getting it a couple weeks ago.
Houston County News has been around for a long time. It has changed hands multiple times. But then the one, besides the cost, the difference is Houston County News would not have a reporter at our meetings, nor would our meetings be covered by a reporter. For the other two papers, a reporter would be here. So then it's at the board. Is that important to the board to have somebody actually, a person covering the meetings?
Corinne, isn't the owner of the Houston County News the same as the La Crosse Tribune and the Winona Daily News? Isn't that the same owner for all three?
Yes, it's actually an enterprise. So it's I think it's a conglomerate that owns.
Lee Enterprise. Yes, you're right, Pete. Their reporters are the same.
Okay.
I think it's important to make sure we're getting the best coverage. And I think it's beneficial to have somebody there. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
Well, I can reverse my vote. I can appreciate the fact.
We've got a motion,
somebody
we've
else
got a second, so we have to act on that motion that's on the floor.
Right.
Which means you can vote yay or nay.
All right, well then, okay, let's move along and then we'll get, Argus needs to be seconded, right, Tom?
Yeah, we have to start all over again. So we can all say, okay, we'll go roll call vote on Houston County News. And then if we all say, or a majority say no, we'll recommend another paper. Okay, so Mimi on Houston County,
No.
Josh,
No.
Arlen,
No,
Richard,
No.
okay, Jane.
Nay.
Okay, we got all nays. So moving right along, other recommendations for paper?
I move that we make the Caledonia Argus the paper of choice for the school board.
Okay, do I have a second? Anybody?
I'll second it then.
Okay, Josh, thank you. We got a second by Josh. Discussion.
I'm just wondering, the Fillmore County Journal, they come and report on our board meetings. Will they still do that?
I'm assuming they will, and they will still, they do run the hurricane page every month for our kids, and it's a full page color, and we don't get charged anything for that. And to be honest, the newspaper editor that was the most responsive and the fastest in getting back to me with all the information I needed was the Fillmore County Journal. But they are also 2,500 more a year than the Argus. So that's what we need to weigh.
And we're just making this decision for 1 year, so we could change
Correct.
next year and try different.
Oh, you bet we can change it
Yep.
next year.
Yeah,
Yep.
we can change it up.
It's
Any other
there.
further discussion?
And if we do get a local paper, if somebody comes along and wants to be Clark Kent or Johnny Olson and start a paper here, then yeah, we can go with a local paper again.
Okay,
Now,
further
with the-
discussion? Go ahead.
With the Argus, do you need to have a subscription in order to get the minutes, or is that put in on the page?
If it's in the shopper, it's free and it's every Wednesday.
The shop?
Yeah.
But does everybody get the shopper?
Yep,
I
Yes,
don't think I do. In city, do we get shopper?
anyone with a 55943 zip code gets it.
Okay, because I just see the 2-page Argus paper and that's it. I don't see the shopper.
Gene, it's a very, very thin piece of paper.
Yeah, the shopper's not very big.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, further discussion? Okay, we can go around again, roll call vote. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Pete,
Aye.
Richard,
Aye.
Gene.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you all. Moving at a rapid pace. District Legal Counsel. So, Corinne,
We have Kennedy Graven chartered, and we have used them for years.
so do we have a motion to maintain them?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, a motion made by Mimi, second by Gene. Discussion? Roll call vote again. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Pete,
Aye.
Richard,
Aye.
Gene.
Aye.
Okay. Number 6, Superintendent as identified official with authority. We have a motion.
So move.
Okay, motion made by Gene,
Second.
second by Pete. Discussion.
Anytime it's referring to the Iowa needs to do something, that's what that identified official with authority is, the Iowa.
Yeah, we know it's not just, okay. Anything else? Roll call vote again. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Pete,
Aye.
Richard,
Aye.
Gene.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, compensation of Board of Education matters. You have a motion for that?
We've got
move
the,
Keep it the same.
okay,
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you, Pete.
Mm.
Discussion. Roll call vote, Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Pete,
Aye.
Richard,
Aye.
Gene.
Aye.
Okay, now the fun part, committee appointments. Facility Committee. Now, if you don't remember, it was Josh, Arlen, and myself on that one. I don't know if somebody else, if somebody wants off of that, or if somebody wants to jump on board.
I want to stay on.
Okay, you would,
I think I do too. That's the area I probably know the most about there.
okay. Does anybody else want to get in on it? Because I can step back if somebody wants to.
Did Mark mention any committees he wanted to be on? Did he get to you, Corinne, on that?
he said wherever he is best suited, and I know right now he's a financial planner, so.
Okay.
So you just want to keep it as is then, Corinne? Richard, you don't want to be on that?
So that's mainly like the buildings and grounds, or is what that one's pertaining to?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I could try that one.
Okay,
Okay, you want to take me off of there then, Corinne, and put him on? I can be backup if they need somebody, or,
okay, so if we have Richard, Josh, and Arlen, who is the lead board member on facilities then? Who gets a star?
I would say nothing against this. Richard would be either Arlen or Josh.
'Cause they've got experience. Okay,
Mhm.
Right, right.
Yep.
That would be my recommendation.
so are you two gonna arm wrestle, or how are we gonna decide who's the head of the chart?
I can do that, Corinne.
Okay,
Okay, so Pete. Okay, negotiation, that's everybody's favorite one. And Ron is gone and Mark isn't here, so unless somebody else wants it, maybe we'll throw him under the bus. I mean, put him on that committee. Does anybody else want to be on there? I know Josh is new at that, but he seems to enjoy it.
I could be on there too if you wanted.
Josh, you want to stay on there?
No, I'll jump off there.
Okay.
And yeah, I definitely Arlen would be a good addition, and If Mark had tipped his hand that he wanted to, put him on there too.
Well,
I can't speak.
He didn't tip his hand, but he's not here. Did anybody else want to be on that one? Okay.
I definitely feel you need to be, Tom.
Yeah, I'll be on there.
Yep.
It'll be, so we're gonna change that up to Mark, Arlen and myself, Corinne.
And who gets the star?
Give that to Tom.
You can give it-
Okay.
I've been doing it for almost how many years? I guess keep it going.
Is there any what do you call it, since Mark's wife is on staff? Is there any
Mark's sister-in-law is on staff.
oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad.
That's okay. Good question. Okay, moving to our online school. Mimi, Jean, and myself is on that. I know Mimi enjoys that one immensely. And Jean likes that, but if there's someone else that would like to be on it, I mean, I'm on it also, which is fine. But is there anybody else that would like to jump on? If not, we can keep it as is. Are you good with that, Mimi? You're the star member of that whole club.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. Jean, you're still good?
Yes.
Okay, we'll just maintain that. So Finance Committee. So now this is where,
Jean is now treasurer, so Jean has to be on it and Jean gets a star.
right,
Okay.
so Jean's on there and we got Mimi and myself. Did somebody else want to stay on that one? It was Josh. Nobody else wants to be on there. We can just change it out from Jean to, add Jean to the list and take Josh off. Is that okay? With everybody? Okay?
And Mimi, you want to stay on?
Yeah, she likes that stuff. So policy. Okay, now that Michaeline is gone and Ron, so we're down to Jean who's on that one. Is there anybody else that would like to be on policy?
Don't all jump.
Don't jump at once.
You still have to read them all and okay them all.
Yeah,
Hopefully we don't have to write too many new ones.
right. They're probably, I think, between Ron and Michaeline and then you helping at the end there, Jean, I think we cleaned up the policies over the last, I don't know how many years.
Okay. I'll take one for the team on this.
Okay.
Because I trust Gene will pick up where Gene and Mike were a great team. And
Oh,
I know
yeah,
no one
they were.
else wants to be in there. And I'm already dumped off 2 of them. So I'll take the hit on policy.
Okay, appreciate you taking that one there, Josh, for the team. So next, moving on, board representation, meet and confer. We got Arlen on that one. And again, we did have Michaeline.
And with these board representations, these are committees that do not meet before the board meeting. So these are random times. With the meet and confer, we're meeting with teachers. So that one typically takes place at 3:30. So far, it's been 3:30 every quarter or on a trimester, the last Tuesday of every 4th month. Kind of a wonky schedule.
Richard, 'cause I know you had a question on it earlier, so. And again, some of them are flexible.
And Corinne, we didn't have that many issues on that one this last time. So for somebody wanting to be on that, because I'm flexible, I don't care if I'm
And
on
we-
there or not, but
With meet and confer, it's meeting with the teachers and talking through things that are not negotiated. So
Right.
there's absolutely nothing that can be brought up there that is a negotiated item. It's
Right,
a
so-
place to talk about those things that are not terms and conditions of employment.
right.
So if you're on the negotiation team, we don't really, it wouldn't be good for us to have you on this team also. is what
No,
we-
I don't think so.
So Do we have anybody other than Arlen?
So you said that one meets like every 4th month or something?
Yeah,
So it's every,
Correct,
It's three
okay,
times
so
a
it's
year.
trimester instead of quarterly.
correct.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I could try to do that one because my Tuesday route, that salesman, I can usually work with him. So I might be able to make that one work.
Okay,
Because they meet like kind of right after school then, I take it, is what they've been
Yep.
doing.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I can try to make that one work.
And again, Richard, if it comes up where, it becomes too much, let us know and we can always try to, change things for
Okay.
the person.
And we do we need
Yeah.
to have 2 people on that one because that's actually written in their contract. that
Right.
It's going to be 2.
I
board-
thought Pete was gonna stay on that one.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me.
He's
I don't
he's
care.
now a negotiator. Should
Oh.
he stay on?
I was just thinking, being a negotiator, that's maybe a
Oh, no, we kept,
conflict.
you're right. I
Yep.
forgot he jumped on that team. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So Richard, who else should we?
I can do it.
Oh, great. Appreciate that, Mimi.
Mhm.
Okay, so Richard and Mimi. So who else? Legislation liaison. That was Gene. Are you still good with that or?
Yeah, I'm good with that. And we do have a legislation coming up with our legislators where we usually went to Rochester. They got one plan coming up now in February again, but
It'll be a Zoom one instead of a breakfast meeting.
it's going to be a Zoom one.
Okay. You're still good with that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Houston County Collaborative. That was Michaeline. That's,
Yeah, don't forget Mark as you're moving along here.
yep, yeah. We've got him in a couple spots. Didn't we put him in?
Okay.
Yeah, he's on negotiations.
Yeah. Houston County Collaborative. I know that one's up in Caledonia. I mean, I can do that. I don't know if somebody else wants to be it. Okay, just put me down there, Fran. MSHSL, Arlen, you want to maintain that?
Yeah, because I'm still on that committee, so I meet with them anyway.
Okay. Community Education Advisory Council. That is you also, Arlen? Do you want?
Yeah, that's no problem. That's not a big issue to that one.
Okay. ECFE, Mimi, that was you. Are you so good or does somebody else have youngins that would like to be on that one? I think that
No,
helps.
Mark's got littles at home.
Oh, Mimi, you want to stay on there? Or should we throw Mark out there?
Put him on it.
Okay. What happens when you're not here?
Mark.
Remember that, Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, District Advisory Committee.
Oh,
Okay, that one was Jean and Michaeline. That talks about coursework, course offering. Was that you, Josh, saying you want to be on that one? Oh,
I think Mimi would be a great fit there.
I can be on that one. I think I've been on it in the past.
You have
yeah,
been.
you were. So, okay. Jean, you still good with hanging on to that one or you want to see if somebody else?
that's okay with the courses and World Beck's.
Okay. HVAD, Jean, that's a meeting every 4th Wednesday typically, in case you're interested in Richard. Mark is interested. That's, that meeting's up in Winona, right, Jean?
Usually in Winona, Hiawatha Valley Ed building. Yeah, so
Anybody want to jump on that or Jean, you want to maintain it?
I can maintain it. I'm getting to know it and everything else unless Richard wants to go on or something.
Okay.
But I'm okay.
Okay, we'll leave Jean then, I guess. Continuing education, Arlen's on that one. Do we want to put somebody in that one? Do you want to put Mark out there on any of them? I don't know how many we've hit him up with, but Arlen, you want to keep that one or?
Doesn't matter. whatever you want to do.
That one usually meets early in the morning or right after school.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's
7:30 in the
not-
morning was my last meeting.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because I
they have to meet before school because it's some on-site teachers, some online teachers.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Bartz.
Yeah, we just met last week, I think.
okay. And I don't know Mark's schedule, so I don't want to throw him on that one. You want to keep that one, Arlen?
Well, I'll keep that, and then if Mark really wants to be, him and I can. take
Yeah,
care of that.
you
Yep.
talked to him about it. I just don't know his
Yep.
time schedule, so I don't want to throw him.
Right. Yep,
Okay, MSBA, that was, that's for me.
Yep.
Q Comp, that was Ron. I don't
We
know.
need somebody on there because it's right now without Ron, with the membership.
Mhm.
The board member actually counts as one of our admin members. And so the admin membership is already less than the teachers. And so without having a board member, we don't have the balance of votes.
Okay.
When do they usually meet?
Usually it's the first Wednesday of the month at 3:30. And because it's a lot of the membership is online staff, that one is always by Zoom.
I think that Josh fits the bill there.
I don't know if Josh can do a 3:30 on Wednesday meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's already waving his hands.
Yeah. I mean, if nobody else, I can try to fit it in. Wednesday's kind of hard for me when I'm traveling, but I can always try to take the time, and it's not that often, right, Corinne?
Once a month now.
Oh, wow.
So it is kind of labor
Okay.
intensive when we're really looking
Well,
at
you know,
modifying.
you can put me down, I guess. Somebody's got to. Wellness. Dealing with food service. Ron did that
On
one.
wellness, they typically meet at 7 or 7:30 in the morning on Mondays. I think it's maybe like once every 4 months.
Anybody?
I can take that one.
Okay.
You can do it in the morning? Josh, you said you're good?
Did you
Okay, Josh.
say in the morning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
7:30 in the morning, 7 or 7:30 in the morning. You
No,
can't do that
can't
one.
do it. Sorry.
Okay.
I can probably.
How often does that one go?
That's like every quarter. So it's maybe 4 times a year.
Okay, either 7 or 7:30. As I say, if Trina gets her license here in a couple months, then I don't have to meet the bus. So then 7 o'clock would still work, and 7:30 would. Otherwise, 7:30 still works.
Okay.
I just would have to tell my boss that I gotta start that route late every quarter, one day. That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Okay.
But I can make all my stops. My last stop, I'm 2.5 hours from Winona, but I'm usually at it by like 2 in the afternoon, 3
Okay.
o'clock, usually. So I still make it before they close. So I should be able to manage that one.
Okay. Well, if something comes up again, let us know.
Yeah. My boss is fairly flexible as long as we can work it out and plan decently. He tries to help where he can.
Okay. That's nice. Okay, District Technology Committee. Was Michaeline, Mimi, and Jean. I was thinking about putting Mark on that one. That was just my thoughts, unless somebody else wants it. I know Mimi likes that one and Jean likes that. I mean, I don't know if Arlen or Josh or Richard, but
Well, how many do you have Mark on for now?
well, he's only on a couple, probably like 3, I think, 4. Two, so yeah, this would be
Yeah,
good.
definitely need
Oh.
to get him on something else.
Yeah, so I would say let's put him on, I had that written in as a suggestion. So unless Mimi, you still want to stay on that one?
I like that one.
Right, Gene, you're still good?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go with Mark, Mimi, and Gene, and then we had that one star pupil on that, correct? Who was it before? Was that Mimi?
What, no, that's not a board
Oh,
committee.
no,
so
forget
there's
it,
no
forget,
star.
that's just a committee, I'm sorry, disregard. Okay. Hey, we're done with that, huh? Woo-hoo. You'll have Ann send out the list because I'm sure everybody like myself has forgotten what they volunteered for.
Yeah.
So send that out, could she earmark the dates and times or whatever? So it's kind of on one sheet for everybody, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Thank you, Corinne. So continuing on with our board meeting, consent items. Do we have a motion to approve the consent items?
So moved.
Okay, motion made by Josh. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Second by Gene.
Richard.
Discussion. Okay, all in favor? Again, roll call vote. Mimi?
Aye.
Josh?
Aye.
Pete?
I,
Richard?
Aye.
Gene?
Aye.
Okay, discussion items. Thank you, everybody. Discussion items, COVID-19 update, Corinne?
Okay, let's see, the numbers, what I've got on the sheet, they updated it at the end of the day after I finished this. And we have had a little more of an increase in what I've got on the sheet. On your sheet for 114, January 14th, it was slated to be a 40.72. It has bumped up to a 48.76, but once again, we are under 100, well under 100. We haven't been under 100 since the beginning of November. So even though it's up to 48, this is still very low. The number that got released today is 56. For the 21st, we're now on the sheet, it was 23.04 and they put 3 days of data in and it's now up to 44.47 with 3 days of data left. But that still is much lower than we've had in the past. What's really good is that we've had now 4 consecutive weeks of single digit increases in our zip code. What was released on the 7th is just 6 new cases for the Houston zip code. So that shows that we are not getting those, we didn't get that after Christmas increase because on the 31st and the 7th, that's where we would have gotten the Christmas bump. And we had a 4 and a 6. So now we're just waiting to see if we get the New Year's Eve bump. That will come out next week. We are going to start games as far as volleyball, not volleyball, boys and girls basketball, wrestling, and dance. We can start having contests on the 14th. They came out with that date since our last meeting. They are now saying that spectators are allowed. The other schools in Southeast Conference are going to follow the same rules they followed in volleyball. Our COVID committee thought that if the Southeast Conference went with what they did in volleyball, we'll do that as well. One thing that they did say is that, and for volleyball, it was easier to keep the fans 12 feet away from the participating players. And now they have said we need to keep everybody 12 feet away from the athletes, whether or not they're on the court. And so therefore, nobody is allowed to sit within 12 feet of the players. And so to do that, the spectators that do come will have to start sitting the third bench back on the side where there are no players, to make sure that they're maintaining that 12 feet.
Are we still, excuse me, Corinne, are we still marking locations? Or I think at one time we had like a number system, correct, Mimi, that we kind of had them, so.
Yep.
That can be a big problem.
Right. Yeah, so we've got it all marked off again. And Dale's got a nice letter that's going out to the parents, because once again, every athlete every athlete on varsity and junior varsity gets 2 tickets. With the C team and any game in the elementary gym, it's just the elementary gym, there's not enough room for spectators. And so we're looking at trying to find at least 1 or 2 times where those C team players can play in the gym so their parents can come. We're still
Corinne,
working out. Yep.
I was going to ask that question because I saw just some people that were sharing. The governor had said, that parents could watch. And I think maybe, I don't know when that letter's going to go out from Dale, but sooner than later we should, because I think some of them were junior high parents, and just let them know that, hey, that because it's in the elementary, and that 25% capacity doesn't allow for it. So,
Right.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but we'll televise those. We still have some ESSER and county funds that haven't been spent, and we have not yet been told what our new allocation is of the new round of CRF, the COVID relief funds. We know the state has gotten it. The state hasn't allocated those to schools yet. As soon as we find that out, then we can look at what we need to do. One of the possible uses for that would be to revamp an existing heating or cooling system in the building to allow for better circulation. And one of the things that has come up is that our Univent system, we keep trying to fix it, to tweak it in the high school building. And I know it's not that old, but at this point, we're finding that we have done everything we can to try to get that to work at peak performance, and there just is not peak performance. And so that might be one of the things that if we get enough funding, we really should possibly look at seeing if there's another way to get the HVAC system and eliminate the Univents in the older section of the high school building.
Yeah, I know, Corinne, that was something that we talked about a while ago at the facility meetings. I don't know how many years ago that was. I don't know if Josh or Pete were on the committee at that time. But I think, yeah, I'm sure you guys will have a meeting before that, or, discuss anyway some ideas, because UNESCO will look into it for us, correct?
Yes, I've already asked, as soon as I found out that there might be enough money coming to do that. First, I had to find out how much it would be and if it even is feasible to do. But I wanted that on your radar, that could be one of the uses for the funds we're getting. I just had a meeting with Brian Peters from UNESCO. It's now SiteLogic, but in looking at our efficiencies and every other section of our building, we are hitting all the numbers for efficiencies. We are absolutely every place we're hitting the efficiencies. With our Univents, we are blowing through and not hitting any efficiency there.
Well, I think if you, like you said, with the money that we may have available to us, if that's something that we can spend it on, I think we've covered a lot of our other expenses, but that would be a finance and then facility discussion, I guess, when we get that numbers.
Last time I talked about using the informed decision-making guide and tracker that the state has created to make life easier for us. And I went to training on it. And I said, what we have created here to look at what we're doing is way easier than that tracker. So I wanted to let you know the reason we're not using it. It makes things way more complicated. Things are complicated enough. We don't need something else that complicates it more. More PPE is going to be delivered tomorrow to Rochester. So we've got someone driving up to get it. I was told today in the meeting that we are slated to be in phase 1B of the vaccinations as far as those of us who are school employees. When phase 1B is going to start is still up in the air. How that's going to be rolled out is still up in the air. Which schools get it first is still up in the air. So we know it's coming, we just don't know when and we don't know how. Saliva testing is up and running according to MDE. However, some of the saliva kits are delayed in transport. We were supposed to start the saliva testing. Our date was the 6th. The elementary got a box of 50 tests today. The high school is still waiting for their box, which means that we can't test now until January 20th because we are slated every 2 weeks and we're not allowed to go off that schedule. So on January 20th, we'll do our first saliva testing. By then, the high school tests will be here. We need to get everybody tested that Wednesday morning because UPS picks up at noon. I'll tell you how that goes. Deb Jurgensen is going to be the test proctor at the elementary school, and I'll be the test proctor here at the high school. And what we are telling people, they can't eat or drink anything, even chewing gum, for at least 30 minutes before the test. And the other word of advice is before you take the test, try to hold your spit because it takes a long, long time to fill up to the level that is needed. It's just going to be another bonding experience for the staff here. Face shields are no longer required. They are strongly encouraged, but they're not required. Masks still are required. In fact, masks are required. Our basketball players and our dancers will all have to wear masks the entire time they are practicing and playing. It is not an option to take masks off for those participants. Our wrestlers will not wear masks when they are wrestling. They will have to put the mask back on when they're done wrestling. But to mitigate that, they just won't have the kids shake hands after the match. Plans are in place for next week. A phone blast will be going out tomorrow to remind people. We had a message on Facebook already about the schedule. This week, where we said it's a transition week, going back to the 18th, where everyone's back in hybrid again. This has got a lot of moving parts, and people have to realize that once the plan is in place, if they change one part of the plan, it changes things for everybody else. And so we all have to work together as a group to make this 1 week work, because to have basically 3 different schedules in 3 different buildings with 1 transportation system and 1 food service system, it is a 4-dimensional Rubik's Cube. That's my update.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Corinne? Okay, moving right along.
Mimi?
And I have
Mimi?
one question, just maybe, so I've realized over the last week, the more I thought about it, and maybe you don't even have all the answers to this, but school lunch, maybe we could communicate, not even, I know there's all these confusing aspects, but did we get funding for, is school lunch? So we were in that special program where it was free for everyone, but then that was gonna end at the end of the year. Did I make it up that got continued through the end of the school year, or?
End of the school year, and a note went out about that, but another note can go out. Yeah, it's free. It's free until June.
So it's free breakfast and free, is it free breakfast as well for everyone, or free lunch, both?
Breakfast and
Both.
lunch.
It's free breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Mimi. Have them send out another note just to remind parents.
Well, I know when you pick up your meal bundle, it has breakfast and lunch in it. But now as the kids start going back to school, I personally hadn't even thought about breakfast. And so
don't,
it's just
because
something.
they get breakfast. Kindergarten will have the breakfast actually served in their room, and the other kids will eat the breakfast in their rooms as well. But the other classes will come down to the cafeteria to pick up their breakfast bundle, and then they'll eat that in their room.
So if I drop my child off at, I think the deadline, it was just like right before 8:30 or something, or 8:15. Is it assumed that then at 8:30 that then they go down and get breakfast? Or is it something where we need to drop them off earlier so they get breakfast before school starts? Or maybe you don't know the answer to that, but just stuff like that, that it'd be nice for parents just to think through and know that, hey, it is free breakfast, and plan your schedule around that and let the school know if you want it or not.
Right. Yep, and that will, and I wish I had the answer, but I know that that's one of those things that they were trying to tweak from last fall when they were in session. And so I'm not sure what has been decided as far as the best way to address that, because they didn't want, school starts at 8:30 and they didn't want kids all of a sudden just zipping out to eat breakfast or trying to eat breakfast and spilling milk on Chromebooks. And so we're still,
Yeah, the first week will be adjustments.
Yeah, and as I told Corinne, and I'll speak for the other parents on the call too, or maybe I'm the only one, but I don't even really remember what the schedule and time was when we were hybrid before. So I've kind of forgotten. Everything seems to be new and changed. And so I think all the parents are just going to need reminders of everything. And especially with next week being half days, and thinking through that schedule, just half days for the elementary, it's just enough different that parents are just going to need friendly, simple reminders of times and things. So.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, next week is, it's a good thing we had the 2 planning days at the beginning of the week, because during those planning days, all the what ifs and the what abouts came out. And we didn't have all the answers on Monday and Tuesday, and that gave us some extra time to really try to nail it down before Monday. So it was a good thing that we did the planning days early in the week instead of late.
Okay, Jean, you have a question there? Or no, you just waving,
You're on mute, Jean.
you're just waving at us.
The COVID planning committee is still going to be meeting, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
So about this time next year, Jean.
okay.
I think everybody on that COVID committee is really looking forward to the Tuesday when we don't have to meet. But so far, those COVID meetings, there has been just a ton for us to go through every week. We're looking forward to slowing down. At least I know I am. Mimi, I don't know about you, but.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have calm in life in general, right? A good point though, Jean. I mean, that COVID committee wasn't on the list. So we meet
Oh.
Tuesdays at 3:30. If there's somebody who is interested, it's been Tom and I that have been doing that. So if there's it's a Zoom call. I assume it will stay a Zoom call.
Oh,
So it's a 3:30 Zoom call on every Tuesday. So if somebody is interested in attending.
I know Josh was in on one, I believe, or a couple before, but if somebody wants to be listen in, let us know ahead of time so we can send you the link.
we just can't have more than 3 of you there.
Right. If we know ahead of time, then we can make sure that we don't have more of us than that require or authorized. So, like I said, I know Josh went to at least one. And Richard, if you want to go to one, and we could let Mark know if he wants to listen in on one. Maybe good information for them, at least have an understanding of what's discussed at that meeting, if they're curious of what's happening. So anyway, if you want to have Anna let Mark know if he wants to listen in one time. Richard, you already know because I just told you about it. So it's not, thrilling. It's nothing to get too excited about, but I know Mimi gets all excited every Tuesday, but
Blast. No, it's good. It's all good stuff. It's where the rubber meets the road, right?
yeah, exactly. It's good. I think it's a good meeting. We have a good committee. We have, the teachers are involved. It's good overall. So anything else, COVID?
Takes a lot off of our board meetings. I mean, if we had to do that at a board meeting, why, that'd be bad.
Yeah, we'd be one of those 2 in the morning board meetings.
I thank you for doing it.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions, concerns on COVID? So we'll go to the budget process and possible reduction to staff, Corinne.
It's just every January, this will come up as old business for approval. This year, I am expecting, even though our enrollment is holding steady right now, if schools are going back to normal in the fall, I'm not sure how many of the new students we have at MNVA are going to stay. And so we will need to, we hired a lot of new staff for the extra. We're still up 1,070 students from last year. So that takes a lot of extra staff to handle that. And I'm not sure how many of those 1,000 students are going to stay. So we need to make sure that we're not overstaffed next fall. So I didn't want that to blindside anybody when it's on the agenda next in the 2 weeks.
Anybody have any questions on that? Okay, old business items for discussion and approval, FY 2020 audit. I think we had last meeting, we had them come in and talk to us about it. We just
And
have,
of note, we had 0 findings. We had 0 findings about anything. And so that is, the fact that it is that clean an audit is really a testament to Gwen and the other staff that really helps with finance.
yeah, especially this year.
So we make a motion then to accept it then? Is that what we're doing?
Yes,
I'll make that motion.
Okay, thank you, Josh. Do we have a
I'll
second?
second.
Okay, Richard, thank you. Discussion. Okay, all in favor? We'll do roll call vote again. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
I,
Pete,
I,
Richard,
Aye.
Jean.
Aye.
Okay, thank you all. So we have an approval for Apogee. That's that new
and the new website.
website that we talked about at the last meeting.
I so move that we approve Apogee for doing our website for this year.
Got a motion made by Jean. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Second by Pete. Okay, thank you. Discussion.
I just had a question about the cost. I saw in there what the cost was, I think for the first year. What's the ongoing cost?
The ongoing cost is,
Is it 9?
So is it 9,550 every year?
I think
Yes.
so.
except it also, there's a lot of other things that we won't need because of that. So
I think we're saving some money once we get into it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the ease of use, the teacher pages that we're getting and the communication that we're getting from it, it's going to be well worth the money we spend.
And you said that Michael and Rick are going to be monitoring the teachers to ensure that they're utilizing that page that they all have available to them to
Right.
make getting our bang for our buck, correct?
Yes. And
Okay.
there's some messaging that can be used for MNVA as well. Even though they're not using the teacher pages, that we can still have some messaging there. And it really will allow for the app on phones. So it's, and right now, I know today we were trying to update some things on the website.
No, that's fine.
We can't wait.
Do we have somebody who, I know you're busy with lots of stuff. Everybody's busy with lots of stuff. So who is going to be responsible for trying to get this converted over and set up and?
That's part of the fee, is that they'll take whatever we want from our website. So Angela right now is looking at what things she wants converted and what tabs they want on MNVA's site. We're looking at what things we want brought over. Ann and I were looking through our website, and there's a lot of things that just we can't get rid of. There's no delete. And so we're looking at what things we want to send over and what things not. The District Technology Committee, as soon as we get the plan from Apogee as far as the timeline and what things need to get done, then we'll convene a District Technology Committee and look at that timeline and what things could be done as far as what things we need to look at and how that committee can go through that to make sure that everything is done in a timely fashion. So on the date when we're ready to go live with Apogee, everything's ready and nothing gets lost.
Okay, that answer your question, maybe?
Yeah, kind of. So this is going to be, I mean, it's going to happen fast, right? We're talking next
April, I believe.
two. Okay. So
It-
District Tech will be meeting shortly. I just want to make sure that we have somebody who is kind of taking ownership to make sure that we figure it out and we start using it, because it seems like a good tool. And if we can get more of an expert in the school, then they can teach other people. But I just want to make sure we have somebody who, and I don't necessarily think it should be you, Corinne, because you were so busy with other things, but I don't know who else it would be. So that's why I'm asking.
I think that's a good question, Mimi, because I think the two experts in our building should be either both principals for sure. Because that's, they're kind of the monitors of it, so they should be somewhat experts on it.
Just so you know, Mr. Mangan is sitting behind me and he just gave me a thumbs up that he would be more than willing.
Good. We got a volunteer. Perfect.
We also don't want to burn him out.
No, but I think since they're going to be the ones having to make some calls on it, they should be the ones to have the best understanding on how it can be utilized and what all is available. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're. So any other questions on that? Okay, new business, items for discussion and approval, resolution.
Did we vote on it?
Oh, sorry, man. We got so involved in the discussion. I forgot about that. So roll call vote again. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
I,
Pete,
I,
Richard, Jean.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving along, like I said, a resolution to extend the deadline for levies grants by the Families First.
There are some leaves, the ability to take a leave granted to staff members by the CARES Act. And that sunsetted December 31st. And then the new one said, if an employer wanted to, we could extend it through March 31st. Now, as a public employee, public employer, we don't get the tax credit. However, there are some teachers that have been utilizing it and taking the reduced pay. So they're taking PTO at 2/3 pay because of caring for others or caring for themselves with COVID, they've burned through all their PTO. And so it's just, I do have a sheet in there. Gwen found out from other schools, which schools are still extending it. The resolution you have in your packet is actually suggested by the School Board Association. And Faribault actually extended beyond what the federal guidelines were. So Faribault went through June 30th, but Crookston, La Crescent Hoka, Chatfield, and Cannon Falls have all gone to the extension of March 31st. Byron, Caledonia, PEM, and Spring Grove said no. And then there are some others that are waiting to see what we do. There are not that many teachers that use it, and the ones that are utilizing it really need it. And so I am recommending that we extend it to the March 31st. It's,
Okay.
we have to be concerned not only about their health, but their mental health. And this is going to help the mental health for some.
Jean, are you?
Question. Or do you want a motion first and discussion? Or I'll make a
Yeah.
motion then that we extend
Got a motion made by Gene. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Okay, discussion. Gene, you have a question?
Now, she mentioned that some are extending it to the end of the school year. And she also said that it is critical for these people. Is it possible that even though we go till March 31st, again in March, we could extend it on again?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that at this meeting, I could tell you when vaccines were coming. And then 6 weeks after that vaccine, then the teachers would be vaccinated at 90% against COVID. But right now with that vaccine date kind of up in the air, that's why let's go to March 31st. And if we need to extend it some more, we can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? No further discussion. We'll take a roll call vote again. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
I,
Pete, Richard,
Aye.
Gene.
Aye.
Okay. We have a motion to approve the fourth quarter board pay.
so moved.
Motion made by Josh. Do I have a second?
Second,
Second by Pete. Discussion. Okay, all in favor. Mimi,
Aye.
Josh,
I,
Pete,
aye,
Richard,
Aye.
Gene.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Policies for first reading. As we all know, if you get a chance, make sure you read them over. Gene, you have anything you want to, if you have, I'm sure you've read them all already twice.
Yeah, there wasn't any changes in them. It's just that they're the policies that you have to have in MAC. Hopefully, we don't have any complaints on these. That's on that. 'Cause
Okay. Okay, Richard, if you have any questions on policies or whatever, Gene or anybody can help you out on that if you want to read through them. We usually look at them twice before we approve them or at the second reading, so. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and those are those on the internal site or on the portal or something, or where do I find those at?
They're linked on the agenda, and also all of our policies are externally facing on the website under school board policies. And then if you want the write-up version, that's linked in the agenda.
Okay, yeah, like the links in the agenda on my computer, it said I didn't have access. So I don't know why, because I tried to open them and nothing would open on that. Any of the blue lines wouldn't open.
Okay,
So,
Well,
and it said I could request access, but I don't know how that all works. But if it's on the school website, I can find them too. So,
we'll make sure that is probably something that hasn't been opened up for you yet. And we'll make sure it's
Okay.
opened up, and then the links will work from now on. Thank you.
okay.
Okay. So announcement, important events. We got MSBA conference, January 14th, 21st, and 28th. Anything you want to bring up on that, Corinne? I think,
The
Mark?
deadline is already passed for signing up for it.
okay,
that was just early bird, wasn't it? Deadline? I think so. Was yesterday.
yeah, good yesterday. Oops. Okay, meeting, committee updates. Policy meeting you got scheduled, correct?
The policy meeting is scheduled for before the next board meeting, and that's as far as a meeting update, are we going to start meeting back in face-to-face since the students are back here?
I would say we could, and people that don't want to, don't, just like we did last time. We have the precautions, we have the plexiglass in between each cubicle. And again, if people are not comfortable, then stay home and Zoom in.
do
If
you
you're,
need a motion on that, Corinne?
No, it's just been kind of a board consensus. We haven't done it by board vote,
no,
but
I would say we start having them in-house, Corinne. I mean, I can come in. I'm fine with that. I don't know about anybody else.
I guess if we expect the students to be coming in, then we probably should too.
Right,
And that's kind of what we followed before.
right. That's what we've done in the
when we
past. I
expected
just want to
students-
make sure that people are aware that if they're do not want to come in, that's fine. I'm not going to force anybody. I don't feel we need to force people to come in. But, so Jane, did you have a quick question on that?
Yeah, if we come in, does that mean that we're on phase 1B in terms of getting our shot list?
Sorry, you're not,
Oh.
we're not students. It's,
Oh.
it's for those of us that deal with students on, so
No, good, nice try, Gene. But you're not on that list yet. Well, maybe you are because you are a senior.
Right.
Okay, so we'll just plan that next time, Corinne. Whoever wants to come in, just make sure we do send out the link for whoever.
because I'll need to know who needs the link if
Yeah.
somebody's not coming in.
Well, you could just send it out to everybody that way in case somebody has to change your mind if something comes up, can't we? And then just
Okay.
who comes
It's,
in.
it's just, I don't want people having multiple computers logging into the same link in the same room because then we get all kinds of feedback.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Does anybody have any questions on that?
My only concern is just the space. I don't know. I feel like we're kind of sitting I know there's some plexiglass, but it's not the biggest room. And if we were to have more than 3 people in the audience, I don't know. I mean, if people were wanting to attend, there's not really much space in that library for them to attend. That's my only concern.
Yeah.
Don't exactly sit 6 feet apart either. So
Okay.
run the risk of if somebody was sick, we'd have to quarantine the entire board.
Well, everybody just keep that in mind,
Right,
again,
Corinne?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's more than 15 minutes and we're less than 6 feet. So it would be
Well, we have
considered.
can we move those tables out farther? I'm assuming not everybody would come in. I'm just assuming that. So we can try to be 6 feet or more apart if possible. You guys can look at that too. I don't know.
I mean, it would be nice if we had it set up so that if someone was sick, that we could not have to quarantine the entire board. Like if I was sick, I wouldn't want Richard to have to not be able to go to work for 2 weeks, so
Right.
I would feel really bad. So if we could set it up so that we could, if I ended up sick and didn't know it, then Richard wouldn't have to quarantine because he was never closer than 6 feet to me. I would be very much more in favor of that situation.
And we can work on setting up the tables and just so the people streaming in will be able to
You won't be able to
hear
see
you,
everybody.
but we won't be able to see everybody.
Right. I don't think seeing everybody's a big deal.
No.
I think, I'd rather be, lean towards the safety factor than, I mean, I like everybody here. It's fine. I don't mind seeing them this way, but face to face, it's not a requirement. So, okay, thanks, Corinne. Thanks, Mimi. Anybody else have anything on that? Okay, feedback, anything, Corinne?
Nope. Other than, now that we've got the new board in place, when would you like me to contact MSBA about getting you your link for a board self-evaluation? And I know, Richard, this is your first board meeting, so to do a self-evaluation, it might seem a little wonky. So do we want to wait until maybe second week in February to get that started?
Yeah, that would be my thoughts. Just because, Mark's not here and just give Richard some time to get his feet wet.
Okay.
So if everybody's okay with that, I mean, don't want to set the rules here. Is everybody fine with that? Mimi, you good with that? Josh is good. Pete, you good?
Yeah,
Good. Richard, you're good?
Yeah.
Okay, Gene, you're, okay, cool.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, well, we have to have a motion to adjourn.
1 second, I'm going to turn my video off And I would like you all to smile because this will be considered your board picture until we get everybody.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Okay,
One other thing, before we adjourn, just want to express my sympathy to Tom and the loss of his sister and stuff.
Thank you, Gene.
absolutely. That's,
Been a rough few weeks, but
Yeah, it's rough here.
that is. Okay, so with that,
Move to adjourn.
yes.
Move to adjourn.
Motion made by Gene. Do I have a second?
Second.
I'll
Second.
second it.
Second by Mimi. Okay, thank you, people. Man, nobody wants to get out of here. You guys want to hang out again, huh? Continue on. So we have a motion, we have a second. Discussion. All in favor, roll call vote. Mimi,
Aye.
Richard,
Aye.
Gene,
Aye.
Josh.
Aye.
All right.
Okay. Thank you all for coming this evening. It was a pleasure.
thanks so much.
See you next time.